Blessings, everyone. I felt I was being guided to share a prayer for the for the root chakra and the sacral this afternoon. It's about 4:30 in Edinburgh. It's just about to. It will be dark in a few minutes. Excuse me. I'm just going to have a drink here. So, I'm just tuning in. A prayer for the the lower energy centers. If I can get my voice to work. Excuse me. I don't know what's happened. My voice is my voice changes depending on what is being experienced, particularly through the heart. And I don't seem to have I seem to be croaking as I'm speaking at the present time. Excuse me. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, the energies are really, really activating, and the lower root and the sacral, the solar plexus, as everything is aligning, we're receiving lots of shifting through the root chakra. Yesterday, the energies were very I don't know what word to use. I was going to say ungrounding. That's not really the way that I would explain what was happening. I felt tremors coming through from the earth all day yesterday. The root chakra and the body, particularly on the left side, was really having lots of movement coming through, and it was very, very powerful. Today, I'm experiencing a very, very calm day today. It feels very it feels very light, and I've been writing about the lightness that is coming through from our inner place, our radiance there. And I'm just saying hi here. Yeah, radiance is accelerating as we're holding more light and more crystalline energy, and therefore the inner space, that we would have had is actually filling up with lots of effervescence. And there's this sense of illumination that's coming through. And it's bubbling up from inside. It's a really beautiful feeling. And I've been feeling this very much today. It's winter time in Edinburgh, and it's really interesting because the winter is not having the same effect on individuals as it would have had in the past. There's much more freedom that I see, and I'm experiencing this sense of I would call it sun energy that's coming through from inside. There's a feeling of warmth there, and also a feeling of lightness. It's like spring energy that's coming through. It feels almost as if we're in an early summer type energy, which is very much to do with the light and this golden sun energy that we're experiencing from the new earth. The earth is showing signs of growth there, which would be normally around the month of March or April. Now, I'm saying normally, whatever normal is, because I don't believe that there's no normal, is there? But there's definitely a change going on, and individuals walking around looking really, really chilled out and laid back with very light clothing on, and even on cold days, they're obviously just really holding their own space, and they're looking really comfortable with themselves. So it's really beautiful. So I felt that there was a message coming through for me to share some light language, and this is to help with the breath and the lower body, and this feeling of energy that can come through extremely fast, and it's very organic as well. It's shifting through the body organically, so our organs are changing. The heart is expanding, and there's a sense of the breath shifting through these shifts in our consciousness. So it can really take your breath away, and it can feel very uncomfortable, even feeling overwhelmed at times. And it's usually a shift that's happening in the earth, which is really unexplainable. It could be related to something happening in another part of the world. Who knows? Earth opening up, volcanoes opening. I mean, everything is expanding at the present time, and the earth is becoming more and more free. So this new earth energy is about expansion and coming into our presence, which is what comes through in the meditations that I share. Really feeling that presence and this sense of deep connection with Source and our Source light inside. There's a beauty in there that comes through, which expands out into life, and it can be recognized and felt by those that we come into contact with. So if you're out and about, and in your presence, then you'll see how others may become very calm around you. Also, there's a deep communication happening on a deeper level. Sometimes it's the heart that's really picking up on the energies, and there can be a very beautiful sense of connection there. It's interesting. The synchronicities that we have in life are changing as we're becoming more heart-centered and we're living from our higher guidance. So when we come into contact with someone, or we come into contact with other individuals, we have this deep feeling that we're connecting through the moment, where everything feels infinite, and this infinite grace that comes from inside expands out into the field, and there's a feeling of the collective being nourished and shared with all of life. So we're really communicating on a much more present level, and it's a level of deep love that comes from the source of who we are in our own inner space, I would call it. It feels like light and expansion, inner and outer worlds coming together, multidimensional source raising the frequency, and we connect through a sense of our dimension. This week, and over the past few days in particular, I was very aware of a dimensional shift coming in, and I did go out on one of the days and was in a space where there were lots of people, and I don't usually do that, and so I was questioning why I was there. I could feel the different levels of energy and the dimensional frequency, as the place that I entered into felt as if it was on a lower frequency, and I was very much in a higher state of consciousness and observing and watching, but my body was uncomfortable in the space, and it was a process that I was in, and I was experiencing walking through the doorway, and this is like a portal of light that I experience when I walk through these gateways and these doorways, and going into inner spaces from an outside space can feel it can feel uncomfortable until I stay. If I can stay with the process, then it will level out, and I can feel the shift there in terms of where I am within the different dimensions and the experience. Anyway, it's very difficult to put into words, but I'm trying to share it. I hope it's of some benefit to anyone that's able to tune in. So anyway, light language and prayer. So there's lots coming through today to do with the light, the divine, the source of magic that we have inside. And it's really about being able to hold your own, what they call sovereignty, our mastery, our ability to live within our own particular dimension. So if, as I'm speaking, if you can just feel that energy around you, where you're living within your own dimensional space, there's a frequency and a feeling of deep connection with your own level, your own vibration, and your own frequency of light. If you tune it into these energies that I speak of, you can ask which dimension you're experiencing. Or you can meditate if you want to go deeper into the experience. So we'll just take these energies and just really connecting with the depth of our being inside. That space and that place that connects with all that we truly are, our soul connection. And this physical experience of life and we're just really tuning into our own particular vibration. And we're just holding space there for ourselves. And we're just feeling this sense of uniqueness, our sovereignty. And within that, our foundation, as we connect with our own dimension of light. Inside. And we're connecting in with this deep love for ourselves. And we're just breathing into this space of beauty, which holds the light of who we truly are. Our sense of deep connection. Our higher guidance. So we're just tuning into the higher self. And this beautiful space of freedom. From within. Knowing who we truly are. Asama te, te, te. Asame. We're tuning into the root chakra. And the love for life. Our heart expansion. And blessing this connection with the joy of life. Just breathing in to the root. And we're connecting with our inner star inside. This starlight energy. And also with the earth star. The beauty of this connection and the wisdom of the ancient source. Just breathing into this space. Asame te, 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 te. Yamate. We're just connecting in more deeply into Mother Earth and the crystalline grid. The support and love of this new Earth experience. Blessing our inner star with the source of life. Asamati. Asamati. Ancient breath. And a blessing of the true source of who we are. Deep peace, unity, and joy. inner balance. And freedom. So we can just allow the human to relax. Just allowing the energies to flow. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the meditation, and wishing you balance, beauty, and love. And have a beautiful day. I'll speak to you soon. Namaste.